What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Island Vlog. I'm up here at the mainland dock and look, the ice is gone, which means we can head back to the island, but we're not going this episode. We got some stuff on the mainland to show you. Big updates, Pharaoh Mtn Lodge. I got some prizes we're gonna give away, all that and more. Check it out. All right, the first thing I need to say is I'm so sorry. I dropped the ball big time. I promised you guys a video about the halftime show. We were gonna go over to the island this winter, and I have been MIA on the Island Vlog, and I apologize about that. Things got crazy. The halftime show was awesome. We loved it. If you haven't watched it yet, you can actually check it out right up here. You can watch the whole show. It was a ton of work. It worked perfectly, but I was going crazy trying to get everything set up that week, and I couldn't find time to get my camera out and do a vlog. I'm so sorry about that. Thank you everybody who tuned in. We had almost 16,000 people watch it live, which is our biggest one ever, and so thank you guys so much for tuning into the halftime show. Also, I told you let's go to the island, we'll take a snowmobile over there, and that never happened either, partially because the ice did not get very thick this year. It was a really mild winter for us. We didn't have a ton of snow, and so it just wasn't a great winter for actually going over to the island. If you want to see what the island looks like with snow on it, you can go all the way back to one of our very first videos and you can watch that up here. But right now, today, finally, we're up here on the mainland dock, and I've got some updates for you. First of all, like I mentioned in the opener, big day. The ice is out. In fact, let's see here. I think you can see a little bit of the remnants of the ice right here. All these little, this is kind of how the ice gets right when it breaks up. There's a pile of little chunks of ice here. So this is always a big day for us. This means that probably by the end of this week, we'll get some boats back in the water and we'll be able to actually go over, check out the island. It's always interesting to see how it does through the winter with all the snow, although we didn't have that much snow this year, so probably did okay. But high winds, we've had a lot of high winds recently, and so we'll have to go over and check out the damage. But I got some updates for you here on the mainland first, and so I'm gonna walk over here, kind of show you something fun. It's not really that big of an update, and then I'll give you the big one. Let's go. All right, so this is just kind of a fun update, but check this out. This is what we affectionately call the boat stop. And a lot of you are probably familiar with this, except it's on the mainland. Normally, this is the very first place you go when you step foot on the island. And if you're on staff, camp crew, you gotta sign in right here. If you're a visitor, you probably already signed in on the mainland side. But this is kind of the spot. But what's it doing over here? Well, you remember we updated the boathouse last year with new siding, new trim, and windows, roof, all of that. And then the boat stop next to it kind of looked like out of place. And so we're gonna be updating this, putting matching siding on here, kind of matching. There's not gonna be this green anymore. It's actually gonna match the wood features that are on the boathouse. And so we got a lot of work to do on this, and we figure it's easier to actually do all that work over here on the mainland. This is such a small building, we're actually able to just pick it up with our telehandler and bring it over here. And so that's what we're doing. We're gonna be working on it, rehabbing it. You'll see it brand new on the island when you come this summer, and it will match the beautiful boathouse next to it. Okay, now for the big project. Pharaoh Mtn Lodge, which is the building that is replacing Lodge A. This is on the mainland, an old house that used to be here. We did use it for some housing years ago. The last few years it's just kind of sat vacant. If we go all the way back to about a year ago, I made a video kind of explaining what we were gonna do with this. You can check out that video up here. But now I want to give you a little update. We've made a ton of progress on it. We're moving forward. I'll take you up here and show you. Some of you might be wondering, why Pharaoh Mtn Lodge? What's that got to do with any of this? Well, here's the answer. You can actually see, you're probably not gonna be able to see it on this video, but way off in the distance there's a beautiful mountain back there, and that's called Pharaoh Mtn. And so from this building, you just get some gorgeous views. And so we wanted to come up with something a little more creative than Lodge A. Don't even know where that came from. There used to be another building here called Lodge B, Lodge A and Lodge B. It was like that when we bought this property. And so we're like, we can be more creative than that. Pharaoh Mtn Lodge is gonna be the name because you can see beautiful Pharaoh Mountain on the other side of the lake over there. So that's why it's called Pharaoh Mtn Lodge. You can see the construction is coming along awesome. This is on the side that faces the road. So behind me back here, this is all the parking lot area. That's Route 9 back there. And then turnarounds over there. In a minute, I'll take you over to the lakeside. But yeah, this is the construction. You can see it's coming along awesome. Just this huge structure here. I think we're gonna have 9 guest rooms in here. There's also some seating areas. There's also a conference room because this building is gonna be available year round. So groups could come here, they could stay in the rooms overnight and then have a place to meet. And then also, like I said, like some soft seating casual areas. But there's also public restrooms over here. It's a really important feature of this building for people coming to and from the island. They can use that restroom before they head over to the island. So yeah, this thing's so awesome. It's coming along great. It's gonna be really nice rooms on the inside, very similar to what we did over at the White House. One big difference though is in Pharaoh Mtn Lodge, there's actually gonna be some rooms that are set up better for families. So over on the White House, it's all just king or queen beds. In here, we've got some twin overfull bunk beds and some rooms that are kind of set up better for leaders that come with a family. And that's one of the key things about this is, like the White House, this building is going to be reserved for people who have campers on the island, youth pastors, youth leaders, even volunteer leaders that just maybe help drive kids up for the week of camp. But you're not going to be able to just go online and book a room here. This is going to be reserved for those particular youth leaders or special guests of the island can stay here as well. All right, so now we're over here on the lakeside. You can see behind me over here, here's like the parking area, the island, the beautiful view of the lake. And one of the things that I'm super excited about is, check this out, like these lower rooms down here just have these really tall walkout doors. Really cool. Gonna be just a beautiful feature there. Of course, we got the upstairs rooms there as well. Now, some of you might remember, if you go back and watch that video I made last year, the original plans for this building were actually quite a bit bigger. We were planning on having double the amount of rooms. It was actually gonna fill this entire space. It was gonna be a much bigger building. And we were moving forward with that. And then we ran into some permitting issues, some permits that had been approved. Then, well, let's just say we ran into some permitting issues. And so we're super excited though with this building, with the room, the capacity that it has. And we're grateful for God's provision and allowing us to have this. And we know that there's been a crunch for housing for youth leaders that are coming and bringing students to the island. And so we're excited about how this is going to help just make it easier, provide a great experience for youth leaders. A lot of you are bringing students not just to the island, but also to the Ridge. And so this is a great place to stay if you are constantly kind of going back and forth between the island and the Ridge. You can stay here. It's also really close to get to town for those of you who like drinking 9 Mile coffee and getting Stewart's ice cream. This place is just so convenient for all of that. And so really excited about this Pharaoh Mtn Lodge. Now the big question, when is it going to be available to book? I've already been talking with a lot of you through email, through text messages, asking when can I book a room here. The date of when this building is going to be available is still to be determined. Once we get a little further along in the construction and we get a little more confident in that delivery date, then we will start making this available to book. I'm guessing it's going to be about halfway through the summer is when the rooms will, when this building will be done. We'll start opening this building up to book sooner than that, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves, book rooms, and then have to go back and cancel them on you. So that's where we're at on this. But before we wrap up this video, I want to talk to you real quick about Camp Crew. A lot of you know what Camp Crew is. Many of you have been a part of Camp Crew. If you've been a part of Camp Crew in the past, drop a comment down below. Tell us what your service area was, what your job was. I know there's been a long history of people who do Camp Crew on the island, but we need help for this summer. we are low on our camp crew applications right now. We need more help in so many areas. I don't know the specifics right now, but I know that we are behind from where we would normally be at with camp crew. We need some more help this year. And so here's what we're gonna do, something special. 1 second. Okay, here's the thing. We need some more applications. If you are a high school student and you don't have plans for the summer, or maybe you have plans for the summer, but you don't feel good about them, whatever the case, we need you to go online and apply for Camp Crew. You say, why? What's Camp Crew? It is a 9-week-long discipleship program designed to use camp as the curriculum to help you grow in your faith. We are serious about helping students take their next step with Jesus, and you can do that this summer by serving with us on Word Life Island. We have a variety of areas that you can serve in. We've got some crazy ones like paintball or lifeguarding. Maybe you're super into culinary, you could serve in our kitchen. Whatever the case, we've got tons of different places for you to serve, but all of it with the goal of helping you deepen your faith. If you are a senior who's going to the Bible Institute in the fall, let me just give you a little life hack here. You can come this summer, you can work on the island, you get a huge scholarship, and I think just as important as that scholarship, you get to build friendships and community with other students who are gonna be at the Bible Institute in the fall. It's like coming into your freshman year of college and you've already got a bunch of friends. Here's what I'm gonna do to sweeten the deal. The link in the description is gonna take you to our Camp Crew page. You can go there, learn more about it, and there's gonna be a button for you to fill out an application. If you fill out an application between now and March 28th, the end of the day on March 28th, you're gonna be entered in a drawing to win some prizes. Now, check this out. Beats headphones right here, wireless, Bluetooth, awesome Beats headphones. You could win these. Also, fill that application out and you could win this Switch Lite. Play all your favorite games on there. And the biggest one, brand new iPad. I think this is a 10th gen 64 gig Wi-Fi iPad right here. Fill that out. You could be entered to win. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys, there's not gonna be a ton of people. This is gonna be, your chances have never been better to win one of these prizes. All you gotta do is go on there, fill out an application, start the application. All you have to do is start the application by March 28th, end of the day, and you're gonna be entered to win one of these 3 prizes, all right? This is a huge deal. Fill it out, enter to win, and the best part, better than an iPad or Beats or a Switch, is you could come spend the summer with us on the island, deepening your faith in a discipleship relationship and serving others at camp. All right, some upcoming episodes. I'm gonna take you with me when we go over to the island and check out how it fared through the winter. We did this a couple years ago and we saw trees on the zip line and different stuff. And so we're gonna see, I don't know, I have no clue what happened this year, but we're gonna go check it out here on an upcoming episode very soon. And I've got some stuff to show you on the island. We did some paving last year. We're working on the basketball courts. We've got cabins, different projects that are happening. So all that's gonna be coming to you this spring. I also try to bring you guys along as we get ready for camp and maybe take you on some ferry runs or whatever the case. So we've got some more content coming to you this spring. I promise. It's not gonna be like the last time I promised you videos. This time, I'm actually gonna give you some. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and we always appreciate it when you like and you comment. It helps more people see this video, spreads the word for the island. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. One last thing before I'm done, I want to give a shout out to our friends over at Lifeline Youth Ministries. They just sent me some awesome new merch. Here's why I'm so excited about this. They use students from the surrounding area, high school students, and they employ them in their youth center making merch just like this. Awesome embroidery work. They can screen print shirts. And so I work with a lot of different vendors, a lot of different people that make merch and t-shirts and jackets and all that. This one is different. They're using that business to help students who otherwise would probably not be able to get work and they're teaching them, and it's just an awesome ministry to support. And so I'm gonna put a link in the description for that as well. Big shout out to everyone at Lifeline. Thank you guys so much for the merch, and encourage you guys to check them out as you're considering getting different shirts, jackets, hats, whatever it is. Make sure you give Lifeline a chance, and you're going to be not only getting some awesome merch, but also building up a great ministry. All right, that's all we got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Island Vlog. Peace. Actually, just remembered one more thing. I got a phone call this week, and I got some really exciting news. I can't tell you what it is. It's we're still in the process of working it all out, but I will tell you pretty soon I'm gonna have a big announcement for you related to the island. And this is we've done a lot of construction and building and all that. It's nothing like this. This is something different, and I'm so excited about it. I can't tell you what it is, but hopefully in the next episode or the one after that, I'll be able to let you in on this huge new thing coming to the island. Okay, that's it actually, for real. Peace. You work up here?
Yeah.
When do you think this building's gonna be done?
Maybe the next winter.
Next winter?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's the progress going?
Good. I mean, we're just working on it, so. And the old back, I'm gonna see what she's like.